And you know what? I feel a little vindicated because when I saw Victor Wembanyama crying in Game 7 after winning the Western Conference Finals, I was like, oh boy, this guy shot his emotional wad this early.
You really think that? That's why they lost Game 2? That's why he threw it into Castle's back?
Yeah, he shook, clearly. The pressure's getting to him.
But what about
Karl Anthony Towns is eating his lunch.
Karl Anthony Towns
He is a bully on the block. Give me your lunch pail. I'm going to empty it, step on your Capri Sun, take a bite of an apple, and spit it in your face. That's what Karl Anthony Towns has done to Victor Wembanyama.
Okay, so you're telling me because he showed emotion a week ago that cost him to throw the ball off Castle's back, whose back was turned to him, and then foul accidentally Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I think it signaled to me that maybe, just maybe, he thought they'd already won the NBA Finals after winning Game 7. We're going to dog walk the Knicks. This was going to be the hardest series. Everything else is going to be cake. And he's finding out that the Knicks are about that life, and they don't shut down very easily like a lot of the Western Conference other teams and fan bases thought. And they're probably going to win the series.
Yeah, I actually go in a completely different direction on this in terms of breaking it down.
You think Wemby's been good the first 2 games?
He's averaging 28 and 11.
Don't give me the average. Come on.
He's shooting at 54% true shooting percentage when the average in the series is under.
I asked one simple question.
Under 42%.
Do you think he's been playing good these first 2 games?
I think Wemby's been fine for a 20-year-old.
See, that's the problem. They don't need him to be fine. They need him to be great.
He's 20.
I don't care if he's 20. Okay. This is what we're doing.
22.
He's 22.
22. Excuse me. He's 22. You know what I mean.
Well, I thought he was the best player in the league already. Everyone's telling me just next 10 years to the Spurs.
No, well, that's it. Oh, that's also overly dramatic. And I think we need to take a deep breath. He's still an unbelievable player in the NBA 9 times out of 10. You got to have the scar tissue. Guys are going to have ups and downs. So I don't know why we're ready to just crush the kid. It's the Knicks are a bunch of older players with a lot of scar tissue. The way that they got beat by the Indiana Pacers last year, where Indiana just went out on the run and was exposing Cat because he was crashing for offensive rebounds all over. And Cat went through a lot of bad moments. He was one of the reasons why they lost to Indiana last year, Cat. And I didn't think he could adjust, and he has. And he's also, 30 years old and has been in the playoffs a bunch.
Yeah.
And they've had a lot of shortcomings. And so it's 2 games. It's not the end of the world for the Spurs. I still think now, you got to give the Knicks the opportunity to win it all. I think the odds have completely flipped in their favor, and I thought the Spurs were going to win. That being said, I'm also not crushing Wemby. There's a bunch of young guys. They played really well to fight back into that game the other day, and I thought they had an opportunity to win it, and I think they're inexperienced, both on their coaches' side and some of the young players around them. They're gonna either have to adjust or take this giant loss across the face.
I just think we prematurely anointed this guy when he really hasn't accomplished anything yet. He's gotten to the NBA Finals.
Anointed him what?
Oh, as the best player in the league already. People have already been saying, no, he's not.
You could see it coming, but it doesn't mean he's there right now today. He's not fully formed.
Well, that's the thing. Can we wait for the guy to win a title? Can we wait for him to do that? He's had an incredible season. He's had an incredible run. They might even come back and still win this thing. Yes, that could all happen. But we were acting heading into this series like the Knicks had no shot, and they went into San Antonio and are up 2-0 now, heading back to New York. That's pretty incredible, right? I feel like the entire nation has been sleeping on the Knicks. They haven't lost since April 23rd. That's incredible.
Yeah, to the Hawks. They were down 2-1 to the Hawks.
And they haven't lost since that.
I know.
That's incredible.
It is.
It's literally one of the best postseason runs that we've ever seen. One of them, right? Because they haven't lost.
Yeah, but I'm just for a second here. You were also the guy saying that you thought OKC was going to be a dynasty.
No, I wanted them to be a dynasty.
Okay,
it's different than I thought they were.
I think we just do this in basketball. We overreact, and I don't know. I don't think that Wemby has been this giant negative. Yeah, his Cat had his way with him at times, sure, but we're acting like the guy hasn't shown up at all.
No,
he's shown up. Chet Holmgren didn't show up in the last series.
Absolutely.
Wemby's, again, I think it's 28 and 11 or 26 and 11 he's averaging. I think I'd take that.
Yeah, but heading into this series, if I just polled America and say, hey, who's going to win this matchup between Victor Wembanyama and Karl Anthony Towns, like 99% of people was taking Wemby.
Everyone would have. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay.
So I want
credit to Cat.
Correct.
I don't know why we have to crush the kid.
We're not crushing Victor Wembanyama.
You just did.
No. Karl Anthony Towns needs to get more respect than he's getting, is what I'm saying.
If they win it all, they'll get all the respect.
We make fun of this guy constantly on social media. Constantly,
but
he gets made fun of.
But for 10 years, he came up short, right? But Victor just won against a team that was the reigning champions, and he looked amazing.
He did.
So, and this is a different matchup. This is a different series. That's how the playoffs go.
K Bueno in Oakland wants to join the conversation. 888-957-9570.
You know, good for the Knicks.
I'm rooting for him. I hope they sweep. What's up, K Bueno?
Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. Happy Monday to you.
What's up?
A couple things. First, yeah, the whole crowning Wemby, he's going to get his. He's hella young right now. He's going to get his. We know that. But I think a lot of people jumped the gun and already crowning him as like the face, and like he's like an all-time great. People are calling him the next Wilt Chamberlain because he's 7'4". He can handle the ball like a guard. He can hit from deep. Like he's an absolute freak. Yes, but he hasn't accomplished anything. I think a lot of it though too was just a lot of people being relieved that OKC didn't make it to the finals. I think it's really just a big thank you to Wemby and the Spurs to say, thank God we're not seeing OKC in the finals right now. So I think it was just more of a sigh of relief that everyone's just like thankful for Wemby doing what he did against them and advance to the finals to face the Knicks. But on the flip side of that too, yeah, I think I'm rooting for the Knicks. Like I'm a Dubs fan, but like right now, dude, my inner New Yorker is coming out.
Well, are you a New Yorker?
I'm not. No, I'm a San Franciscan. But I'm saying though, my pretend New Yorker, I should say. I'm gonna go binge watch New York Undercover. Throw on some fake Timbs. Throw on my Tommy windbreaker from the '90s if I can find it. Listen to Grand Poobah.
Let's go.
So I'm rooting for the Knicks, but also I'm rooting for the Knicks for a couple reasons. For one, they're the ultimate underdogs. Everybody's writing them off, saying that no matter who's going to play them, they're going to get handled. So they're showing up 2-0 right now. But also, too, I think if Knicks winning the finals right now, if they're going to win it, this is not just going to be great for the Knicks as an organization, but this is going to be great for the Knicks as a brand because they're one of the perennial organizations in the league. Mm-hmm. This is also going to be something I think the league really needs because let's be real, the league has been losing credibility. You see people talk about the league is soft. They're giving, OKC all these fake calls and the league is just getting sloppy and it's just losing its credibility, so to speak, with a lot of fans. So if the Knicks are able to, be this underdog coming in and you got Brunson as well, who's kind of been written off as well as like a sort of a role player. Now he's just lifted off and Cat is also responding to all the pundits and he's showing up big against Wemby. I think this is great for the brand of the Knicks, but also great for the brand of the league. I think the league needs the Knicks to beat the Spurs right now because this is just going to be such a great story. But again, Wemby, he's going to get his MVP down the road. He's going to get his championship. Right now, it's a little early to crown him.
K Bueno. They've been getting a lot of love for the last couple of years. Jalen Brunson's one of the most popular jerseys in the NBA. We have to deal in reality. Whoa,
a lot of love? People love to crush the Knicks when they choke.
Yeah, that's
Knicks. What they do.
Okay, is Karl Anthony Towns an underdog?
I don't view the Knicks as a lovable franchise. I don't know where you got that from.
No, but like, Karl Anthony Towns was the #1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
For what team?
It doesn't matter. He was the #1 underdog for me. Is like
the team that drafted him was an overall underdog. Was like, see you later.
No. But like, Draymond Green was an underdog. Like Karl Anthony Towns has underperformed to the talent he has had.
He was forgotten about.
Yeah, but he's a 6-time All-Star. Like we're acting like he's really not. Good. Like he was Rookie of the Year, #1, not the number 17th pick. Like Halliburton last year. Like, hey, he was on his third team. Like whoa, that's a little surprising. Traded multiple times. Like, okay. And like he balled out. They came out of nowhere. That was an underdog situation. Like the Knicks, though an unlikely champion, he's the #1 overall pick.
Wait. You're not trying to argue that the Knicks aren't a huge underdog in this series, right?
What I'm saying is we're talking about them the way that what K Bueno is saying, the way that I think I perceived the Indiana Pacers, which is I literally not one person had the Indiana Pacers at the beginning of the playoffs representing the East in the finals. Did you?
No.
The Knicks, a lot of people, I'm not saying that they were the heavy, like the odds on favorite, but They were one of the best teams back-to-back years in the league.
No, they were.
They were like one of the top 2 or 3 teams that most people would pick coming out of the East because they're New York. We'll root against them. We'll fade them because it's Cat and he's got a big personality and people like to hate on him. I think most people think that the Jalen Brunson story is a cool one. Wow, your dad was a coach. Wow, your dad coached you in the yard in New York. You're a hometown guy going there. I mean, he's defied a lot of odds. But like Karl Anthony Towns, he's the number 1 overall pick, for Christ's sake. Come on.
Yeah, but he was also forgotten about by his own fan base that drafted him.
He's been an all-star 3 straight years.
He's been really good.
I know, but like he's made hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes. And he's still a great story because I think a lot of people are down on him.
Sure, but not like underdog is a different that. I just think we're misusing that term.
He is an underdog if you're comparing him to Victor Wembanyama. So like in that scenario, absolutely. And the New York Knicks,
I think he's finally living up to his.
No one was giving the Knicks a shot heading into this playoffs, even if they made the finals against either the Thunder or the Spurs or whoever was coming out the West. The only shot that anyone was giving for a team in the East heading into the playoffs was the Celtics. And they got bounced in the first round. No, that's a fact, Joe.
No, come on. I just think your term of underdog, we just won't see eye to eye. You can't be an underdog when you went to Kentucky at the height of Kentucky pumping out lottery picks and being the number 1 overall pick. Like, Andrew Wiggins at one time.
His story might not be an underdog story to you, but you are an underdog if you're going up against some saying maybe the greatest player ever. He might go down as Victor Wembanyama.
Okay. In this matchup, overall, the Karl Anthony Towns is not an underdog. I just don't. I don't subscribe. Jalen, I'll listen to. Jalen was a role player on the Dallas Mavericks.
I think that's a cop out for not giving him credit for him owning.
Who's not giving him credit? Joe, you can't be an underdog when you're the number 1 overall pick that went to Kentucky and a 6-time All-Star who's made hundreds of millions of dollars.
People were laughing at this guy and saying
that's called not living up to your credit to your status. What people think. Like what?
Yeah,
underdog.
Not all number 1 overall picks are built the same. You know that. Some are different.
Okay.
Just because you're drafted number 1 overall doesn't mean you're going to be the greatest player ever.
Andrew Wiggins, also the number 1 overall pick, never showed the promise or consistency of Karl Anthony Towns.
Former teammate. Yes.
Yeah, but there's levels to it, right?
Yeah.
Levels, right? And I was shocked by what I saw from Andrew Wiggins. Like, I'm still shocked by what I saw from Karl Anthony Towns. But to say that he's an underdog, I just don't agree with that. Like, maybe in this matchup, but like for his career, you can't be an underdog when you went to Kentucky, number 1 overall pick, 6-time All-Star. You probably made $400 million.
I love his story. I think he's an easy guy to root for. I think he's an easy guy to also hate sometimes if he's not playing well because of his body language. He's playing incredible. I didn't think he had this level of game in him, but maybe I should have just been paying attention to more. I do think a lot of us fell victim to the East narrative, saying like, oh yeah, but who'd you really beat, right? Oh, you dominated a team like the Sixers. Yeah, and no one thought much of the Sixers. Oh, yeah, you skated by the Hawks. Okay, great. And then you owned the Cleveland Cavaliers, who, we don't think that highly of. You didn't have to play the Celtics. So let's see. You're playing a real team in the Spurs that went up against real teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder that won the title last year. Let's see it. And they've proven a lot of people wrong. Now, that doesn't mean anything unless you win the ring. It's great. They're up 2-0. They could easily get lemon booty tonight at Madison Square Garden in the playoffs because I've seen it before. If they lose tonight, then there's a hell of a lot of pressure on them in the next game.
I just, like, your team could be the underdog by Vegas standards. That player cannot be the underdog for me. Like, just in general, talking about his career, like if I were talking about Karl Anthony Towns' career, I don't think the word underdog wouldn't, like Brock Purdy was an underdog.
Okay.
Like Dak Prescott was an underdog. Like there's a pedigree that you have throughout your career. He's lived up to him being the number 1 overall pick through 2 games. Absolutely. He's been amazing.
You love the story, though. You've talked about this of, you start off pretty high.
Well, redemption's a different word than underdog.
Okay. Is it a fun redemption story for you? Do you like that?
Yeah. Okay. I think Jimmy Butler is probably sitting somewhere going, man, I called out Andrew Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns, and they've got maybe going to get a title, and I don't.
Well, he's been to 2.
I know, but I
know. Hey, Jimmy, I got your back, dude. It is funny. I was thinking about Jimmy Butler throughout the series. It's like, man, Jimmy's like, you know what? I saw that dog and cat. I was trying to get it out of him. I'm glad he finally did. You think he's taking some credit for that, Jimmy Butler? No.
Jimmy's just, I don't know.
You okay?
Well, no, I just,
You all right?
I don't know if we'll ever see him. I don't know what's going on with Jimmy.
Well, we'll see him next year at some point.
I think about Jimmy. I think about $60 million and him being hurt. It just sucks.
I know. Well, you just think about where the Warriors are at right now, and can they do anything this summer to, I don't know. Well, what do the fans want to do this summer?
I want them to bring in underdog LeBron. He's like such an underdog. So like I'm thinking like he joins Steph and then like
argument
be another underdog.
It's a very strange argument you're dealing with the underdog.
And then we'll get all the underdogs
Karl Anthony
together.
Towns bother you so much?
You can't be an underdog when you're the number 1 overall pick.
Can't be an underdog.
Well, am I wrong, Carter? Am I wrong?
Such a weird argument.
I totally agree. You cannot be the underdog when
It's
you're the
just a
number 1 pick.
ridiculous sentence.
You can when you're going up against maybe the greatest player to ever play the sport, Victor Wembanyama. Please, guys. Who said that? Everyone's saying it.
Did I say the greatest player to ever play the game?
No, everyone's saying that. Everyone's saying I think he's going to go down as the greatest player ever.
Joe, here's the PSA, and I've told you this. Stop watching Stephen A. Smith.
I don't watch Stephen A. Smith.
Okay, well then
we're in the media game, Joe, so we hear a lot of things all the time.
Did you hear Steiny say that?
What?
Did you hear Steiny say it? Has Goose said it?
Oh, no. Steiny said literally, I said, I don't like that Victor Wembanyama was crying after winning the Western Conference Finals. You're just jealous of him. That's what Steiny said. So Steiny's drinking the Kool-Aid of Wemby. I know that.
He didn't say he was the greatest player who ever played.
No, he said I'm jealous of him. That's even worse.
Did anyone here at this station
of him.
use that sentence?
Huh?
We cover a lot of basketball. I
don't care what anyone else hears. I know what I heard. Okay. The national perspective, Joe. We cover the local perspective. The national perspective.
Who said he's the greatest player to ever play?
ESPN Radio, Fox Sports Radio, et cetera, et cetera.
That's hyperbolic.
He said, no, not the greatest player ever yet. Could go down as the greatest player.
Well,
win a title first.
That's the way we talk
start
about
having
Mahomes.
Conversations.
That's the way we talk about Mahomes right now.
We only started talking about that with Mahomes when he started winning Super Bowls.
No, I know, but like Victor's very young. People are projecting. That's ridiculous, though. You got to win a couple. You got to win a couple before you can come into the conversation, especially in this sport.